Happiness should be the number one priority in our life. Everything that we do should bring us satisfaction and joy. I think one of the reasons why so many people are unhappy is because we really don't understand what happiness is. We think that it comes from something external, but we create happiness within ourselves. And the way we do that is by realizing that happiness is something that's unconditional. It doesn't change with the circumstances in your life or how you feel in the moment. It's a state that you allow yourself to live in, and in that space you create your positivity and you bring yourself joy. When we make decisions when we feel unhappy, those decisions will reflect usually what's just going to help us feel better right now. When we shift our focus from how is this stuff going to help me feel better to how can I change my internal climate to always feel really good, what happens in that process is the decisions that we make, the choices that we make, the actions that we carry out, they reflect our truest, deepest, happiest desires, because we're not wanting something from it. We're not requiring that thing or that person to make us feel better. And there's not the responsibility of that thing that we're putting our happiness in. When we can be independently happy of anything, everything can make us happy. The people that we bring into our lives, the things that we have, the situations that happen to us, they're all created by how we feel on the inside. So if you consider that, truly consider that, and take it seriously, imagine what you can create when you feel really good. When you're happy and feeling like your best self and your highest vibration, everything that you decide to do, everything that you decide to create, everything that you decide to interact with is going to bring you positivity. It's going to facilitate that happiness. It's going to bring you more joy. I think happiness comes from seeing the world with love, with appreciation, and with openness. I think those are the three key ingredients. Because happiness isn't about joy and excitement. Happiness is about contentment, is satisfaction, and it's about feeling at ease and feeling just good about everything that's going on. It just means that everything is as it should be, and you can approach life with a maturity that everything has its place, everything has its purpose, and you know that it's all working out for your best interest and the greater good for all. It's very difficult to learn really important life lessons without the struggle or the conflict. That's true. But we don't have to suffer through it. When we can appreciate it and get into with the way we handle our emotions, we're more effectively able to learn from those types of situations. And we don't have to be miserable, and we don't have to feel sad or depressed or any of those negative things. Those are the types of emotions that come from trying to control things, wanting it to be different, and kind of like fighting what is. So yeah, it's about love, acceptance, and openness. You have to love yourself first and foremost, unconditionally. Get to know yourself and get to appreciate yourself for what you are, for who you are, and life for what it is, and your place in it. When you're truly able to appreciate life, things stop being considered either bad or good. It's just all what it is, and you take what you like from it. The openness in life is like not trying to force things to be what they aren't. You know, you just have to look at situations and just be like, okay, this is what it is, and how can we keep moving and keep it as positive as possible? What can we take from this to make ourselves better? And you just keep going. You don't trip up over the stuff that doesn't feel good to you. That's how you become truly happy, unconditionally happy. You just don't let stuff get to you. You don't allow it to affect you in a way that alters your emotional state. When you allow something to do that, then you have zero control. You'll never be able to get a hold of your life because you're constantly being pulled this way and this way by every single thing that's happening to you. You have to be in control. And it's funny because, like, the way you get in full control of your life is by not trying to control anything outside of you. You can't control other people. You can't control what's happening outside of what you are. What you can control is how you allow the world to affect you. We put a lot of effort into trying to get a hold of external circumstances, but that's a huge waste of energy, such a waste of energy. Intelligence is not about making something complex. It's not about making something difficult to achieve. Intelligence is finding simplicity and ease in the most complex situations. You make it as easy and effortless as possible. That's true intelligence. So we need to use our emotional intelligence to stop fighting and resisting and putting so much effort into things that we are not in control of, and take back that energy and put it into how we feel. It's just so much more effective, and you use less energy doing that. So you feel more energized. Your sense of well-being is just improved when you use your energy. You funnel it back into yourself instead of trying to like push it out. The world is huge, and there's always going to be something going on. And if you're trying to whack-a-mole it, every bad thing that's happening, you're just going to be doing that for the rest of your life. So you can do that. That's your choice. That's the beauty of it. You can choose to have that type of life where you're busy trying to police everything and, trying to get a hold of everything. Or, you can use your energy to make your life as rewarding and wonderful as you want it to be. When you figure out how to be unconditionally happy, your life not only improves, but the quality of the relationships in your life improve. The quality of the experiences in your life improve. Everything just generally gets better, because what you're doing is you're changing your vibration, and in doing so, you are attracting things that match that vibration. It's as simple as that. Like attracts like. It's science. The only way that you'll be able to see life in an unconditionally happy way is when you are able to learn about who you are. And when I say who you are, not like as the person that you're walking around as, but like the essence of a human being is this energy. It's this pure life force that's coursing through our bodies. And there is something really profound in understanding that and coming into the fullness of that love. And when you can do that, when you can tap into that energy, you're able to sort of detach from all of the things that are distracting us from paying more attention to how we feel. How can you possibly find what makes you happy in life if you don't know who you are? If you don't know who's looking? Who's looking? Is it the part of you that thinks this will make them happy? Is it the part of you that thinks this will make you feel better? Is it the part of you that thinks having this will change the way people look at you, so then you'll feel better? We're just kind of running around, and what we need more of is confident, deliberate action based on our state of stability. And that stability comes from being happy and the place of love, unconditional love. That creates stability. We kind of live life as if our life is a movie and we're the director, and everyone who we come in contact with are the supporting actors of our movie, right? And when people don't do what we want them to do, or things don't go the way we want them, we kind of don't know what to do. We get upset and we're like, no, it's supposed to be this way. You're supposed to be like this, and this is supposed to be like this. And we get upset. And we do that because we want control and we want things to be the way we think we want them. But life will never be the education that it's meant to be if we always know what's coming next, and we always know how it's going to be, and we have everything just perfectly laid out and everyone just goes along with what we want. Not only do we not learn anything, but we're being really selfish. We're being selfish because we are trying to dictate how other people are living their lives to fit into our ideal lifestyle or our ideal role that we've made for them. I think one of the most wonderful gifts you can give someone is to release them of their responsibility to create happiness for you. When you are able to be unconditionally happy, you will find happiness with anyone that you're with. It's like I said before, the things that you bring into your life are what you are vibrationally matched with. So when you're able to be unconditionally happy, you will be able to find your happiness with anyone, anywhere, in any situation. You being able to be happy regardless of how anyone else is acting is going to allow you to move more freely in life. You're not going to spend so much energy and time on, well, why aren't you like this? And I'm trying to help you see that I need you to be like this. And, you stop doing that and just say, well, okay, this situation is not feeling as good as I want it to, so I'm just gonna go feel good somewhere else. I'm just gonna go be happy somewhere happier. You don't feel like you have to change anything or force anything. You just keep following your happiness. And what that does is you just kind of align yourself with everything that is in agreement with how you want to feel. And the more you do it, the more you just kind of live in this like really positive place, the easier it becomes. Like you don't have to sort through stuff as much. You just sort of attract it to you. Like it's not something that you really have to put a lot of energy into. Like I said, it's not energy that it's not something that you're doing. It's something that you're allowing. But yeah, we definitely get caught up in trying to make something fit what we think it should be. That's not our place. It's not our place to decide how anything outside of us should be. It's just our place to surround ourselves with stuff that already is what we want it to be. Sometimes people are unhappy because society has these ideas of things that we should achieve in order to be considered successful or worthy of respect. And not only do we have these benchmarks that we need to meet, but there's this timeline, and if we don't have this by this age and this by this age, we're behind or we feel like we failed. That creates a lot of anxiety that can really affect our quality of life. So throw the timelines out the window, throw the expectations out the window. That's where the openness comes in. You just open with life. Whatever it is, it is. I'm going to do what makes me happy, and in doing what makes me happy, I am more productive. And in being more productive, I feel even better, and I get new ideas, and I get inspired, and I just keep, growing and building the life that really, really makes me happy. I mean, we're all aware of the culture of like glorifying being stressed out, glorifying being tired and working yourself to the bone for the success. We have to really get out of that because it's terrible. It's a terrible thing to want for people. That doesn't validate your success. That doesn't validate you to be happy. I think that's a terrible way to aspire living your life. Sleep deprived and stressed out. You don't have to be miserable or wear yourself out to have a life that is comfortable. And another thing is, it's not lazy to make things easy. Like I said earlier, intelligence is understanding how to make something as easy and effortless as possible. Imagine how much more we can accomplish if we felt really good about what we were doing, if we couldn't wait to get out of bed. That's why happiness is really important. It's because when we are really happy, the type of energy that we put into our work and into our life and into the world is so much more effective because it's coming from a much truer place. And when we're truly excited about what we're doing and we really believe in it, and when there's real passion and real space to be creative and to work with other people in a positive way and everyone is feeling good, what we will accomplish will be so much more effective and so much more powerful and impactful to the world than getting up every day and saying, well, I got to do what I got to do, and giving it 15%, and looking at your watch all day, counting down for the weekend, that's not a productive way to live our lives. And such a waste of energy. It's such a waste of our energetic potential. So we really do owe it to ourselves to stop and say, we need to prioritize how we feel. We have to stop and reprioritize our happiness and our ability to love and our ability to feel really good. We have to understand the importance of the way we feel. I think that it's on the very bottom of the totem pole right now is how we feel about stuff. People are always like, well, suck it up, get over it, and whatever. But how you feel is the most important thing to consider in anything. It's your intuition. So it's really important to know that being happy in life doesn't mean not doing anything in life or not striving or achieving to be anything in life. It just means that you're starting off from a really good place, and in being in a really good place, you create really good things. When you're happy, you have better feeling ideas, and when you have better ideas, that's innovation, and that's creating really awesome new things for us to discover. When we are unhappy, we are generating a lot of energy into the negative, meaning, we're putting energy into the thought of it and putting energy into fighting the feeling of it, and it makes us tired, it makes us depressed, it makes us feel gross. It makes us feel terrible. The amount of energy that we put into feeling unhappy is incredible, and it's a waste. So it's really important for us to stop funneling all of our amazing, new, fresh energy into bad things, the things that don't make us feel good, the people that don't make us feel good, the situations that don't make us feel good. Stop giving it life. It only comes to life when you put energy into it. When you use your energy, it's like making an investment. So would you invest your money into something that feels really awful to you and is not going to have a positive return for you? Or would you invest your money into something that looks like it's going to be really profitable for you, and it's going to bring a lot of possibilities and good things to your life? We should be just as discerning with our energy as we are our money. That's how we should spend our energy, because it's what we're investing our energy in right now that's creating what's to come for us. So when you come into the understanding of love and appreciation and openness and just being happy and loving life, what you're doing is you are refining your ability to discern what a good investment of your energy is and what's not a good investment of your energy. And you'll notice that the way that you move in life just becomes much more effortless, and things just kind of come to you without you having to do too much, because you're using your energy much more intelligently. We all have to really understand that no one is responsible for our happiness. Nothing is responsible for our happiness but ourselves. And sometimes I think that we don't want to believe that, or we don't want to hear it, because it's making us accountable. It's really easy to blame other people for our unhappiness. It's really easy to blame our circumstances for our unhappiness. And I think there is a bit of comfort in feeling like it's someone else's responsibility to make us feel better. We should feel really good about having the power and the responsibility to make ourselves happy, because then we're in the driver's seat. Happiness can come as soon as we allow it to come. Happiness can come as soon as we decide to be happy, instead of waiting to see what someone else is going to do, waiting to see how something's going to play out. You just say, no, I'm going to be happy right now. I'm going to figure out how I can make this the best it can be right now. We have to give up that addictive behavior of being a victim. There's no power there. There's zero power in being a victim. You have to think about what's more important to you. Do you want to be empowered and to feel in control of your life, or do you want the sympathy of others? Being a victim is the worst place that you can put yourself. When you're able to tap into the love within yourself and come into true understanding of what that is. There's no way that you could ever allow yourself to be a victim ever again. And when you accept your capabilities and you start to really use them and see how they really do work in your favor, you'll wonder why you ever wasted any time being unhappy. So for anyone who's watching this and you feel really unhappy in life and you want to figure out, well, how do I get from being miserable and unhappy to being really happy? The key is becoming neutral. You can't like be completely miserable and then like just hit a switch and then you're just happy. That's not how it works. You have to stop being unhappy first. Meaning you have to kind of bring yourself back to zero. And that's meditation. Just meditate, start meditating as much as possible. Meditation is about letting go of the chaos, letting go of those thoughts and ideas that are making us feel really negative and coming into balance. And then once you're balanced, you start generating more positive energy and you build it, and then pretty soon that's going to be your natural state. But what's important is that we decide to make the commitment to take the time to make these types of adjustments, because it doesn't happen on its own. It's something that we commit to and we take the time to do every day. Meditating for 10 or 15 minutes a day every day will do really great things for you. But it's important to not just limit it to that. It's important to understand that when you first begin meditating, do it for 10 or 15 minutes every day, that's fine. But when you come into the understanding of how you feel, when you really come into the oneness and the balance within yourself, that is the essence that you carry around with you. So then you can start doing walking meditations and finding that place. And then you can start driving in that meditative state. And you can start interacting with people in that meditative state. And when you're able to move about in this very calm, happy, peaceful place, you have much better experiences and you just feel so much better and life becomes so much better for you. Meditation isn't limited to sitting down in a room quietly. Meditation is a quality that you possess. I mean, you have to kind of sit down and be by yourself and spend that time alone in order to understand what you're doing and how it feels. But once you've understood that, you are able to carry it out in your physical activities. Even when your mind is active, when your body is active, you're able to still be in a meditative state. And that's where real happiness comes in. That's that unconditional happiness. You're tapped into your love. You're tapped into your truth. You're tapped into your ease. You're tapped into your positivity. You're tapped into your joy. You're tapped into your expression, your truest expression of life. And that is happiness. We all deserve that. We all deserve really good, wonderful lives, lives that we choose. And we're not limited to resources. We are abundant in resources. We just have to align ourselves with what we truly want, and then the things that we need to fulfill that will just happen for us and will come so naturally, and life will be so much more enjoyable and so much more wonderful. Focus on your happiness. Focus on your emotional well-being. That is the most important thing, because without the feeling of joy, without the feeling of happiness, without the feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction, what is your life? The only way that you can tell if you're enjoying your life is by the way it makes you feel. So understand your emotions and understand that it's okay to take time to be happy. So love yourself enough to prioritize your well-being, to prioritize how you feel, and get to know yourself. And it'll be the best thing that you ever do, and it'll be the most successful way to achieve your greatest happiness.